Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Marvel Legends Venom figure. This is the one that I think is the best overall Venom figure to get. I will point out the one major flaw with this figure that just drives me absolutely insane, but it is still a really cool figure. And it's actually the same figure as the 12-inch Marvel Icons figure with just a few tweaks. And I believe this one came out first, so they actually tweaked that one. But he is still a really cool figure. So let's take a look. He stands roughly, of course you have to account for how I have him posed, 7¼ inches tall. Definitely has some good size and some good bulk to him. 100% unique sculpt, so that's always nice. He has this gimmick, which I don't care for. You guys know I don't like gimmicks in my figures too much. When you push this button, his already open mouth opens a little bit more, which is really irritating. And yeah, you can take the button out, resculpt it, and put a hinge in the jaw to close it up and remove the tongue, but that's not how he comes, so I'm not going to talk about that anymore. It has that gimmick that's almost useless. Really not good. And it gives you that big ugly joint, or that big ugly button, so it's disappointing. The sculpt on this guy, it is the oozy kind of more tendrily looking Venom. Granted, there are no tendrils actually on him, but he's got lots of this kind of paint splatter effect going on, and it's not my favorite iteration of Venom, but the figure itself I think takes the cake in terms of which one is better over this or the Sinister Six or what have you. The paintwork, not ideal. There's really no shading throughout the black, which it would have been nice if they did a little bit of blue shading. I think just a very light, dark blue but light shading. And then I don't care for the spider logo at all. I don't like it very much. It's done well enough, except for the actual shape of it. It's not the one I recognize as what I want to be on Venom. They didn't do a horrible job with it though. In terms of articulation, because of that gimmick, the head has no articulation, which also is a big detractor. The tongue isn't poseable, but they sculpted it well enough and they put the green slime on it, so I guess that's okay. Some people like it. Again, I'm not a huge big tongue Venom fan, but it works okay for this figure. The head is that softer rubber. I've never purchased one of these that didn't need repainting for the eyes. I don't do that for my collection figures. That's the way they come. I don't typically modify them out of the package, but I think I might for this guy because the eyes could use it definitely. The sculpt is cool though for the head. I do like that. The musculature is all really good. He has this diaphragm joint, which is effective enough. It leans forward and back. It does lean side to side, swivel and everything. So in terms of posability, it's effective. I don't mind it too much. Some people hate it. I don't have a problem really. He does have a waist swivel, and mine's stuck, but it is there. Ball hinge shoulders, pretty effective. Bicep swivel, no problem there. Single jointed elbows. You get 90 degrees out of them, so that's pretty much good enough. We do have a wrist swivel and a wrist pivot and individually articulated fingers, not the thumb though. So pretty much he's going to be in a fist hand most of the time. You can open him up. Doesn't look horrible. But that leads me to my biggest gripe for this figure, and that is he has T-Rex arms. His shoulders and chest are huge, but from the forearm to the hand, really odd proportioning. So what I think would have been good, and I know a lot of people do this modification, is to take the hands from this Venom, which are almost too big, and swap them out, or at least from the forearm down. Because as you can see, this Venom actually steals a lot of the sculpt with slight modifications from this one. So if you wanted to swap out the forearms down, it would give this guy much better proportioning. So anyway, let's continue with the articulation. T-jointed hips, pretty good range of motion. We do have the thigh swivel, double jointed knees, ankle pivot, ankle rocker, and a toe joint. So really this Venom has really good articulation. You can put him in all kinds of poses, no problem at all. It's just that lack of a head articulation and the tiny forearms that are my biggest gripes. That being said, I think it's an awesome Venom figure, and he's really, really good. He comes with this little launcher. I think he only came with one. I've seen some people sell him with two, but I don't think he actually came with both of them. It shoots just like that. Now I gotta go find that thing. There it is. It looks like a half of a Venom head, kind of. It just plugs in and shoots with this button. This is a softer material. It's just meant to go over his forearm like that. I'm not sure if he ever launched little Venoms out. Probably, I guess he did in the comics. But to me, this gimmick is just that. It's a gimmick. Even if you can't buy one with the launcher, which is often the case on eBay, I say for sure still get the figure. He's a really solid Venom despite his shortcomings. So I recommend him 100%. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.